Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Again, this is your host, Santos Capillan Jr. Always wishing you a good day. Guys, today what I'm going to do is to continue our series of video tutorial for simple computer programming using Visual Basic. And this tutorial is to teach uh, BMS engineer or an engineering graduate which has a very less exposure or knowledge in computer programming. Okay, guys. Now, to give you an idea, uh, the last time I told you that we, in our previous coding, we tried to keep on repeating this instruction in each event procedure. Like button add, we are using the same codes here, except for this one. I mean, this one, we are using this code. We are keep on repeating it. Again, we repeat it here. Okay. Then we repeat it here. Then we repeat it here. Now, if you keep repeating similar codes in your programming, that is not a good programming approach. Okay. Now, but since you are a beginner, you will be allowed to do these things. Keep on repeating the codes. But if you get the hang of it, I mean, you get more what you call this one comfortable with programming. Now you have to think how I'm going to avoid repetition in my codes. Okay. Now, today, what I'm going to do is to introduce to you different programming concept. Now, I've already introduced to you the uh, variables, the scope of variables, when it is declared in the class level and when it is declared inside the event, or like button add, you can declare variables here. When you declare it here, meaning it is local, or only you can use it only inside this event procedure. Okay. Now today what I'm going to do is to introduce uh, the sub procedure. Okay. Now sub procedure are set of instruction wherein you want to uh, execute it by calling it. Okay. So again, how are you going to do a sub procedure? So again, you will use this keyword public, then sub, then you have to name your sub procedure. Now I created here a sub procedure for arithmetic operation. Okay. So public sub for arithmetic operation. Now I'm going to I'll be needing one parameter here, which is a variable of string data type. Okay. So when you call this parameter, you have to supply one argument, and or you have to pass one argument here or one parameter, which is a variable. Okay. So button text as string. Okay. Now here, as you can see here, first num and second number, the variable, now I'm assigning a value here. So in my text, fn.text, whatever is typed in that text box, I will assign it to my first num. Then text sn, I will assign it to my second number. Then I'm introducing here a control structure, which is called select case and select. So I'm using another control structure in programming, which is select case, then and select. So this is the format. Select case, then variable name here. Then you will check what is that variable name. It is add, it is subtract, it is multiply, or is it divide. Then, of course, you have to use the and select. So this is the format, the basic format. Then you can have several cases inside the select case and select. So what is happening here, I'm checking what is the value of button X, the one that will be supplied by the event procedure that will call this sub procedure. So if it is button add, then I'll be giving the text of the button, which is add, then I will perform this instruction. Okay. The same instruction as what we did before. Okay. Now here, let me go to my design. So if you will see my button add event procedure, so I'm just saying button text. Okay. That one is declared at the class level. Then I'm just button add click button text equals to button add that text. So this is button add. Then I'm just getting the text property of the button. So I'm putting it in the variable button text. Okay, then I will call the sub procedure and give the parameter button text. So meaning whatever is the value here, I will be supplying in the for arithmetic sub procedure. Okay, so I'm now removing all this instruction. So meaning I'm just make it a remark, so it will not be executed by our compiler because it will just be a remark, it will be disregarded. Okay, so likewise in button subtract, I'm just getting or extracting the text property of the button, then I will supply it in the sub procedure. Okay, when I call it. Okay, so as you can see, I remove the repetitious codes. Okay, so if I will remove it now, what is left in my button multiply click is just these two instructions. Okay, okay, then I will remove it. Okay, so in this way your instruction or your program is a little bit neat and clean. Okay, so if I will click the button add, I will just extract the text property of the button, then use it or supply it to the for arithmetic sub procedure which we declared at the up. Okay, so I will call, this is how you are going to use or how are you going to call this procedure. You can use the call or just type this for arithmetic, for arith operation, which is this one. So public sub, this is the sub procedure. Okay, then I'm checking if I click the add button, then I'm getting the text property of the button, which is add. So my select case will check what is the value of the button text. If it is add, then I will do this. If it is subtract, I will do this. If it is multiply, I will do this. If it is divide, I will do this. Okay? So this is one of the approach where you can get away with the repetition or repetitive instruction in your program. Okay? So let's try to run it. Okay, then let me change my share so that you will see my, okay. So this is now my updated for arithmetic operation. So I will say 55, let me 56, then I will just say 2. Okay, so when I add, the sum is 58. Okay, then when I subtract, the difference is 54. When I divide, the quotient is 28. Then when I multiply, the product is 112. So the same thing, my program is doing the same thing as previously. But in this way, I was able to get away with the repetitive instruction. Okay, so this is very important in computer programming. It is a good practice that you will get away with repetitive instruction. So once again, guys, thank you very much for joining me here. And I do hope for those beginners, I'm giving you some idea how are you going to make your program neat and clean. So once again, before I will end this tutorial, God bless us all. Let's all be safe and bye.